Good evening and welcome to a special edition of the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Rick Boone here in the Chelan County Auditor's Office. We're talking elections, which happens to be 1 week from today. We'll talk to the auditor here in the county. That conversation coming up in just a moment. But first, let's get a look at your first forecast with Grant. Hey, Grant, how's it looking outside?
Thank you, Rick, and good evening, everyone. Here's a quick check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Very quiet week ahead. We're going to warm up each day until we get to Friday, and then big weather changes as we get you into the weekend. We're going to start off August 1st with critical fire danger all across central and eastern Washington. We are looking at winds 15 to 25 miles an hour with gusts possibly up to 45 miles an hour on Sunday. And you know it, any new and ongoing fires will spread very quickly. We're also going to talk about a big cool down when we get together again a little bit later on for your weather segment. Rick, back to you.
Grant, thanks so much. And once again, we are here in the Chelan County Auditor's Office. We'll bring them on over here and we'll talk about the elections that are happening 1 week from this Tuesday. Going to be a busy situation, a little bit different office environment next Tuesday. Give me an idea, give the viewers an idea of what it's going to be like here inside the office.
Well, you know, we're counting ballots right now. It's going to look very similar to this, but we probably will have more people coming in. We're recommending at this point going forward that folks are not asking to have replacement ballots be mailed to them, just to make sure it gets to them on time. So in the years past, we've seen a line of folks here wanting to get either registered or get their ballots to be able to vote here in person. So we'll expect it to be a little busier. It is the primary, so it's not quite as busy, but we'll definitely see more action than we do on a typical day.
Yeah, you know, in Washington State, it's a mail-in ballot situation. Yeah. So why would someone need to come to the auditor's office and drop off a ballot? What's the purpose?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. You'll hear from some folks that just want to bring it here in person to make sure it's right here in our hands. We do have drop boxes throughout the county that they can use, and they can use the mail-in system as well. But there's also folks, you lose your ballot, you move, and so you want to make sure you're voting in the right precinct and jurisdiction that you live in here in Chelan County. So even if you move across the street, that might change some things. The dog ate my ballot. We had someone come in yesterday saying they used whiteout on their ballot. Is that acceptable? So there's a lot of different reasons, or just folks that want to register. You can register up to 8 o'clock on Election Day.
Let's talk about that process on Election Day, and also we'll talk about the workers here behind us. Yeah. Does the counting start on Election Day, like the early voting? Where do you get those numbers, and do you have numbers right now?
So we are tabulating right now, but no one, that's not unlocked until 8 o'clock on election night. So we are tabulating back here. We're doing the whole process, and it's tabulating into a machine that's totally disconnected from any network. It's separate from everything. And so that tabulator is going on, and then on election night, we will go ahead and take that information and transmit it to the Secretary of State's site, and that's when it'll go live there, somewhere around the 8 o'clock hour.
Talk a little bit about these folks behind us. Are they employees? Are they volunteers? And exactly what are they doing right now? You said they're counting the ballots. What are they going to do? Do that throughout the election night? Is there any counting past election night?
Sure. So we have 4 full-time staff members year-round that work in our elections department. My election director and then 3 election technicians. They're here working, and then we also employ somewhere, depending on the election, 6 to 8, 10 temporary workers that come in and are paid to help facilitate either going out to all the ballot boxes and collecting those periodically, or actually here in the room bundling ballots into set numbers so that we can track those, doing signature verification, opening up ballots, separating them from the signature to the ballot. Going through a pre-check to make sure that if there is whiteout on it, if there is a stain on it, if there's a rip or tear or the barcode isn't readable, that we fix those before we actually go to the back room, which is our actual tabulating room, that they then get fed into the machine, and that's what actually tabulates them.
You talked about the ballot boxes. There's one right here in your office. They're all throughout the county here in Chelan County. Will they be active also on Election Day?
Yep. So they're going to be. We will close those on election night at 8 o'clock, and we
Do you have a location where they are?
Yeah.
On your website or something?
We have them on our website. We have one in Wenatchee, one in Cashmere, one in Leavenworth, one in Iniat, one in Chelan, and one in Manson. Then we actually have 2 here in the courthouse itself.
Got it. And, auditors, we have them in every county here in Washington State. Are they all set up the same? I'm not asking you to speak for another county, but what's the process in other counties? Is it similar to how this is operating here?
It's similar.
On election day?
Yeah, on election day. Yeah, it's going to be similar. It's going to be different scales. I mean, obviously what they're doing in King County is going to look much different than a Stoughton County, based on size. But they're going to be doing the same thing, and they're required to have those ballot boxes closed at 8 o'clock. Then you also talked about what about counting afterwards. We would continue to count because we are allowed to accept ballots that are postmarked by election night all the way up until certification.
Okay, so basically, if I get here at 8:01, can you take my ballot?
If you are here at 8:01, we can. If you're here at 7:59 or 8 o'clock, we can. But once 8:01 hits, we close those boxes. We do have folks when we're down closing them that inevitably do show up as we're locking it up. Or if we have 2 folks down here, we always have 2 people when we're handling ballots. 2 people back here, 2 people out on the road. And if someone comes afterwards, we can take that ballot and we'll put it in a provisional box, and then it's up to the canvassing board, which I'm a part of, the prosecuting attorney for the county, and then one of the county commissioners is a part of, and then we make a decision whether or not to accept it. If it's late, we can't accept it.
And also, what are some of the things, or what's probably the most important thing a voter should know before they cast their ballot?
One of the most common things that I get asked is, if I don't fill everything out, does any of it count? You can vote for one election, you can vote for no elections, you can vote for them all, but just vote and get it in on time. And at this point, I would say, just to be safe, you can use the mail system, but our ballot boxes are a surefire bet to make sure that it gets in our hands on time. All
right, Brian, we'll talk to you in just a moment a little bit more in the special edition of NCWLIFE Evening News. Tell you about a story over in East Wenatchee, actually, about a scam that hit the doorsteps of a church. Our Nathan Eshelman has a look at that story.
Scam emails and scam phone calls have been a problem for the USA and North Central Washington over the past couple years. Right here behind me at the New Life Center Church, they have had this specific problem with emails being sent out to the public claiming to be the church. The church says that it is not them, and the public should be aware of the scam. In the middle of July, the New Life Center Church in East Wenatchee reported a scam. It was reported that someone was using Pastor Ben Rhodes' likeness and name within an email to try to ask for money from the public. The address presented on the email was incorrect from the one on the church's website, which had the public catch on pretty quickly. No money was lost to the scam from the public or the church itself, but they are still an ongoing issue and threat to the NCW. East Wenatchee Police Department Chief Rick Johnson spoke with me about the risk of scams and how the public can go about avoiding them.
They're not legitimate. There's no agency, federal or otherwise, that I know of that would ask for money to avoid a warrant. And that's generally the law enforcement one. Recently, we had an individual with or an incident with a local church where they were impersonating a pastor from that church, asking for money through email, 100% a scam. They'll have an email a lot of times that is similar to the church email or a government email, but it's just different enough that you can identify it as a scam with a little bit of research. If you don't recognize a phone number that's calling you, whether potential spam or not, we recommend not answering the call. A lot of our vulnerable adults, we give them the information of don't answer phone calls you don't recognize. And 2, your bank will never call you and ask for identifying information about you and a payment of any kind or a password or a PIN. Those are not normal calls. If it seems suspicious, it is suspicious. Report it to police. Talk to other people about it and say, hey, I'm dealing with this. Have you heard this? It's usually pretty easy to identify it's a scam once you start talking it out.
That'll do it here from East Wenatchee. Nathan Eshelman, NCWLIFE.
Nathan, thanks so much. In other news tonight, there is a look at what particular businesses could come to downtown Wenatchee. Our Josie Meets takes a preview of that and the possibilities.
Josie Meets with the Wenatchee World and NCWLIFE here in beautiful downtown Wenatchee. Today, you'll be coming along with me and the Downtown Association on the Downtown Possibilities Tour, where we tour 11 potential locations and businesses for sale. Starting here at the Great Northern Building in the former location of Elements Salon.
Yeah, we're pretty good. So, yeah, come on back. Come on in. Watch your steps.
Hey.
Yeah, so
So the Great Northern Building, formerly Elements Salon, 2,570 square feet. Per month price is $3,500 a month. There are 10 rooms in this building, very versatile space, and there is about 35 people on this tour. So now we are headed down to the former location of the Salt Creek Apothecary space. 28 North Wenatchee Avenue, 3,700 square feet, 3,500 monthly lease.
We're going to go into Mercantile. Mercantile is a co-working space. Our front room, the Emporium room during business hours, is for co-working. So we have flex members that are working right now. So I'm going to take us over to the study side, and I will talk a little bit quieter so they can continue working. So come on with me and let's keep it tight.
So we are just coming from the Mercantile. Now we are at the Donning Building, where there are 4 different locations for lease. So let's go check them out.
This list price is $4,000, and it's 1,847 square feet, and has a kitchen. The owner already took out the old benches, all the carpet he's gonna get.
Sad day. Former location of Cookatron. Property owners are going to work with whoever leases the space to put whatever eatery will eventually go in there. Stepping away from the tour to give you a quick update. In here, the restaurant. This is the Donning Building. The restaurant space, a salon type space, and then 4 different office spaces. And that's all in the Donning Building down here on Wenatchee Ave. So we finished up at Lizzie's Jewelry, made a quick pit stop at the green room to check out an example of the possibilities of downtown. And now we are headed to the old jailhouse.
So the Possibilities Tour is an annual event that's sponsored by the Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority, where we take a group about 30 to 50 people through downtown to tour all the vacancies, meet with property owners, and just connect and figure out what the possibilities could be for each space. So it's a great opportunity for new people who are either interested in commercial spaces, want to lease a space, or they've been sitting on a business idea for a while. But yeah, it's just a great opportunity for them to connect and do that. We had 11 vacancies on the map. I think we hit 9 of them. 2 of them were either the property owner wasn't in town or it just wasn't available to view. But we have quite a bit of vacancies than we normally do, but they tend to fill up really quickly. So I'm excited to see what comes out of this tour.
Why do the Possibilities Tour? We have been a repeat location on Possibilities. I want to say we showcased it when we were under renovation back in, or maybe right as we had just gotten open in 2019. And then we just really feel like the Possibilities is a very powerful event to get people out and in the spaces and visualizing what something can become. So it's also one of those cases where a lot of times people don't have, you may not have access to that space without making a phone call, and it might be intimidating to go look at it as an individual. I think being in a group is fun. We get to celebrate successes, like going back to businesses, like coming back to Timberline once they've opened. So there's there's that real positive that yes, a vacant space can be turned into something really magical for downtown. So there's that uplift, camaraderie and sense of community that's really powerful. Good reason that it's a celebratory event as much as it is a thinking about what something can become. So,
Josie, appreciate it. Just ahead here on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Hey, Kate, what's going on in sports?
Hey, sports fans, I'm Kate Calvin. Still to come in sports, we'll talk Seattle Mariners, take a look back at this day in sports history, and more. That's all still to come as part of the NCWLIFE Sports Block.
Thanks so much there, Kate. And coming up in just a moment, Grant will join us again to look at your full forecast. That and more when we come back. Thank you for watching a special edition here at the Chelan County Auditor's Office of the NCWLIFE Evening News. Back with you in just a moment.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Between juggling groceries, preparing meals, and lending a helping hand, you're a hero without a cape. But who's there to support you? Aging and Adult Care honors caregivers like you, the relatives, friends, and neighbors, helping loved ones remain safely at home. Aging and Adult Care offers chore services, respite, personal care, and more. Serving Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Lincoln, Adams, and Okanagan counties, call Aging and Adult Care at 1-800-572-4459 for caregiver support.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic Tuesday. Nice and mild out there today with temperatures slightly below normal, and that breeze out there made for a pretty nice day. And look at this beautiful shot. This is our Hay Canyon Tower cam looking down at our friends up in Kashmir with that beautiful blue sky and some contrails. Just a really, really nice late July day across North Central Washington. High temperatures will prove that, but first let's get into what we can expect as we get you into this upcoming weekend. We talked about it at the top of the newscast. We have critical fire weather ahead, and folks, if the Weather Service is already talking about this 4 days in advance, this probably most likely is going to happen on Saturday with windy conditions, low relative humidities. That means new and ongoing fires will spread rapidly Saturday. It's going to be something, and we are in for a big cool down as well, and we'll talk about that coming up in a little bit. High temperature today, it was a nice one out there, 89 degrees, just slightly below where we should be at 90. Look at that record, 4 years ago, 109 degrees, our record high. 66 this morning, 64 is our normal low for this time of year. Our record low was in 1995 at 52 degrees. Sunrise this morning, 5:34, and it sets tonight at 20 minutes to 9. All right, getting you into that forecast, and we're in for a slow warm-up as we get into the end of the week. Lots of 90s in an area from Chelan right down to Wenatchee and back through the Columbia Basin. Going to be a beautiful Wednesday across North Central Washington. 88 in Leavenworth and 85, the cool spot tomorrow up in Lake Wenatchee. And boy, doesn't that sound nice at 85 degrees. Tonight, we do expect clear skies once again out there. Here's our big ridge of high pressure. That will stay with us for at least another couple of days. Mild lows tonight with temperatures generally around 60 degrees for our low. As we get to Wednesday, sunny and seasonal, all kinds of sunshine across central and eastern Washington. We will see high temperatures about where we should for this time of year at 90 degrees. Thursday, going to get even a little bit warmer. warmer with a lot more sunshine. High pressure actually will slide to the south, and that will drag even warmer air into the Pacific Northwest. We'll see high temperatures Thursday into the low 90s, and our warmest day is still to come as we get into Friday. We will see all kinds of sunshine. In fact, all over the western United States, nothing but clear skies. Going to be a hot one here in north central Washington with high temperatures in the mid and maybe even some upper 90s on Friday. And then a huge cool down and a weather change as we get into Saturday, our first day of August. Notice our airflow more from the west and even northwest. Very windy on Saturday with high temperatures only in the mid 80s on Saturday afternoon. And if that isn't cool enough for you, we're going to cool down even a little bit more as we get to Sunday. Once again, a very strong northwesterly flow, a little breezy still on Saturday, cooler even yet with high temperatures in the low 80s on Sunday. We could almost be 10 degrees below where we should be for this time of year. And then on Monday, we get back to normal. Sunny skies and warmer with high temperatures then in the mid to upper 80s. All right, let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. Overnight tonight, 60 degrees, a beautiful trio of days coming our way. 90 on Wednesday, 93 Thursday, and all the way up to 96 on Friday. But look at the big temperature drop as we get into Saturday. Windy, very windy Saturday, and 84, 81 your high temperature on Sunday with just some breezy conditions. And then, as I mentioned earlier, back to normal on Monday with sunny skies and high temperatures then right around 87 degrees. That's a look at your north central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Cade Calvin and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Slide and surf all summer long. Soundwave Saturdays, more than a surf park, it's the summer scene. Grab a drink and enjoy live music every Saturday in July and August. Slide Waters in Lake Chelan. Don't miss it.
Welcome back in, folks. I'm Cade Calvin. Let's talk some sports for a few minutes now. We'll start on the diamond with the Seattle Mariners. The Mariners dropped the final game of their series in Texas Monday, falling to the Rangers 7-3. The Rangers jumped on Seattle starter George Kirby early, hitting 4 home runs in the first 3 innings. Jock Penderson led the way with 2 homers and 4 RBIs, while Ezekiel Duran and Jake Berger also went deep. Kirby lasted 4 innings, allowing 7 runs on 4 home runs as he falls to 8-9 on the season. Randy Arozarena provided one of Seattle's bright spots with a solo home run, but the Mariners couldn't keep pace as Texas took 3 of the 4 games in the series. Seattle is now 52-55 on the season and heads to Los Angeles, where they'll begin a series against the National League leading Dodgers tonight. First pitch is scheduled for 7:10 p.m. The Wenatchee Wild have hired Kenya Barons as the team's new athletic trainer. Barons joins the Wild after spending the last 2 seasons as the athletic trainer for the University of Portland's NCAA Division I baseball team. The Kennewick native earned her bachelor's and master's degrees from the University of Idaho and also competed for 3 years on the Vandals track and field team. She's also worked with athletic programs at Vanderbilt and Tennessee, spent 3 seasons in the Philadelphia Phillies minor league system, and assisted the Portland Winterhawks with strength and conditioning last season. The Wild says Barons comes highly recommended as the team continues to finalize its staff ahead of the 2026-27 season. Former Seahawks safety Jamal Adams has a new team. The Minnesota Vikings signed the 10-year NFL veteran as training camp opened to add depth to their defense. Adams earned 3 Pro Bowl selections during his career and set an NFL record for sacks by defensive back with 9.5 during the 2020 season with Seattle. Injuries have limited Adams over the last several years, including a torn quad suffered in the 2022 season opener with the Seahawks. Minnesota also signed running back Jordan Mims as training camp gets underway. All right, it's time once again to jump inside the sports time machine and check out this day in sports history. On this day in 1933, the NFL took a major step toward the modern game, dividing the league into Eastern and Western divisions for the first time. The change replaced the old format of crowning the team with the best regular season record and led to the league's first ever championship game later that year. That title game was played at Wrigley Field in Chicago, where an estimated 25,000 fans watched the Bears edge the New York Giants 23-21 in the first NFL championship game. Alrighty, that's going to do it for sports this time. I'm Kate Calvin reporting for NCWLIFE.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's go back to Grant one more time with a look at your final forecast.
All right, Rick, here's a quick look, I should say, at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Get ready for a beautiful trio of days, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We will warm all the way up to 96 degrees under sunshine on Friday, and then a big weather change as we get to Saturday. Critical fire danger on Saturday, very windy, much cooler, high temperature 84. We will cool down even a little bit more on Sunday with breezy conditions in 81 before we get sort of back to normal on Monday with sunshine and highs then in the mid to upper 80s. Rick?
Thanks, Grant. Now let's find out what's happening over in East Wenatchee, where there's a National Night Out, a big event that's going to be happening this Thursday. We sent Nathan out there to take a look.
If you're looking for a fun night out to get to know your local community and public service workers, you can come out here to Eastmont Park for National Night Out, when so much of the community comes together to celebrate us as a whole and get out to just have some fun. National Night Out is being celebrated in East Wenatchee at Eastmont Community Park at 255 North Georgia Avenue in East Wenatchee. National Night Out is a fun-filled evening which features a lot of exciting activities for all ages to enjoy. Highlights include free food, drinks, and shaved ice. There will also be a very special dunk tank where you get a chance to dunk a deputy. For kids, there will be free face paint along with large inflatable games from 509 Rentals. Trucks, cars, and equipment from first responders and those that assist first responders will also be throughout the park for people to look at and ask questions about. Looking at the fun for the adults, there will be something called a clear risk simulator where you must be 18 or older to participate. There will also be a raffle by the end of the night to offer a lot of different prizes. The Wenatchee Wild offer merch and tickets. There will be a washer/dryer combo valued at about $2,000. There will be Trek bikes of multiple sizes and a lot more other prizes for people to take home. National Night Out is a great opportunity to meet your local officers and first responders, enjoy a night out with your family, and strengthen community ties. The event starts at 6 p.m., lasting until 9 p.m. at Eastmont Community Park. That'll do it here for Eastmont Park. Make sure to come out here Thursday night at 6 p.m. so you can have fun with your local community. And also be on the lookout for our special evening newscast on Thursday, where we will be back here at Eastmont Park, where we get a special on-site location newscast where we get a chance to speak with the city officials before the night's fun. Nathan Eshelman for NCWLIFE.
All right, thanks so much there, Nathan. Looking forward to that event. And yes, we will be out there this Thursday. Back to our special edition of the NCWLIFE Evening News here at the Chelan County Auditor's Office. Auditor Brandt here with us. Before we step out, 1 week from today is Election Day. The excitement is building, and are you all ready? And when do those polls close again?
We're ready. We're open 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, and then we will be open till 8 o'clock on Tuesday election night. And we expect some, maybe some folks here to be here, and some candidates too. Candidates like to be here to find out the results as well. So we're looking forward to that evening.
But the candidates can't campaign here. They can't campaign within the office.
No, they can't campaign actually within 100 feet of the of an election center. So we make sure that there's no campaigning outside the doors. No one will be harassed, and they also can't come within, I believe it's 25 feet of the ballot boxes as well. So they can come, they can participate and observe. But yeah.
All right, Brent, stay right here as we close out the show. Thank you very much for letting us go behind the scenes where you work and your staff works here. Hey, for news 24 hours a day, check out WenatcheeWorld.com. We're updating stories all the time there on WenatcheeWorld.com. I'm Rick Boone here inside the Chelan County Auditor's Office for this special edition of the NCWLIFE Evening News. Our auditor, Brent, thank you again for being with us, and thank you for traveling along with us on location on this Tuesday, Election Day, 1 week from today. Polls close?
8 o'clock on Tuesday.
You got it, Brent. He's got the final word. We'll see you back here next time, everybody.